Alright, so I don't know about you guys, but in my family, I'm always like compared to. Like, I have a lot of cousins, like siblings and stuff. And my parents or like family members are like, oh, they're doing this and all that, why can't you do this or even better? So I have a quote by Ken Venturi. It says, I don't believe you have to be better than everybody else. I believe you have to be better than everybody, or better than you ever thought you could be. So I agree with this quote, because like, everybody's different. Like everyone's good at what they can do, or their own thing. So like, I may not be able to, like, cause my siblings, they all went to like private schools and stuff. So like me, I'm going to community college, and like I may not be going to private schools like them, but I am good at other things than what they did before, or what they were doing in my age. Like at their age, they weren't really dealing with like family issues and stuff. Well, not family issues, but like their own like paying for their car and all that stuff, and like helping other family members. Like I'm better at dealing with more adult stuff than they are, because they're focusing on themselves. So I'm aware of like, I'm more like, I don't want to say I'm more caring than them, but it's like they more worry about themselves than other people. And like, so there's like other stuff too, like, oh, my brother's like good at like, cooking and all that stuff, and I'm good at like helping clean and all that. My sister, she's good at like talking to people. There's like, from what I get from this quote, you don't have to be better than everybody else. Just be the best you can be. Like, don't worry about what other people are doing. Aim to be your better self. And Ken Venturi was correct, and this quote, I agree with it.
You did a nice job setting up the start of the presentation and the quote by using your personal experience. I like that. I think that works pretty well. You do seem like you pull back a little bit on that, you hesitate to provide some details during the presentation. Maybe you thought better of it. I'm not sure whether you were concerned that maybe it sounded like you were judging your family members, but it felt a little bit like you had something that you were going to say, and then you just kind of backed away from saying it and tried to find something that was less, maybe more innocuous to say. And as a consequence, I don't think it comes across quite as effectively as it sounded like it was going to at the beginning of the presentation. There's not really a plan, and so as a consequence, you are going to run out of things to say, and I think you need a little bit more of a plan. If you want to, stick with the example of your siblings. Take your 3 siblings or your 2 siblings, compare yourself to those 2 people, but don't be shy about telling us what your strengths and your weaknesses are. You seem like you're a little bit hesitant to get into that, but you're the one who went in that direction, and there's a reason that you went in that direction, so I think you should go for it in those circumstances. Presentation-wise, I think that your voice is very effective. There's good variety. There's some pacing issues. You have the hesitancy. I think that's one of the things that makes it noticeable that you pulled back from a couple of ideas, because it's sort of like you stop short when you're talking, and maybe I shouldn't go there, so you just, we can hear you changing your mind when you pause in those situations, and that I think is a little bit problematic. Your eye contact with the audience is a little inconsistent. When you look up, you're doing a pretty good job, but sometimes you're not looking up all the time, and that is a bit of a problem. I thought your posture and your orientation to the audience was really solid, and I think the conclusion of the speech worked pretty well also. All right, thank you. We're going to stop there and do